So I have a question for other secular parents. How do you explain church to your...
I've told this story before, but I had a really hilarious interaction with a secular kid. I was visiting my brother and his wife because they had a new baby, and they had two friends and their two kids come over to see the baby too. So while my brother, his wife, and their two friends were together in the living room, I was keeping an eye on the two kids in the kitchen. And my brother has some postcards in the kitchen pinned to the wall, and the oldest girl, that was about 6, I think, points to one of the postcards and is like, I really like this picture, what is it? So I go, that is a drag queen dressed as a nun. And I'm fully expecting questions about drag queens at this point. Instead, she goes, what's a nun? So I'm like, well, a nun is a woman who's dedicated her life to worshipping God. It's kind of her job, if you want. She goes, what's God? At this point, I take a minute to look around, see if maybe her parents have overheard and could come and rescue me, but they're nowhere in sight. So I take my courage and I go, well, you know how there are some things that science cannot explain? For example, what is life? Where does life come from? How was the universe created? That type of questions. She's like, mm-hmm. So I continue with, well, there are some people who believe that the answer to those questions is God. God is this extraordinary being that lives in the sky and that has created all of those things. She takes a second to think about it and she goes, so God is like a magician? I'm like, yeah, kind of, I guess. And then she takes a very serious tone, puts her hand on my forearm, and goes, but you know, magic isn't real. And at this point, the mum walks in and she's like, I was behind the door. I overheard the whole thing. Thank you for taking that one for us. I'm like, God damn it, couldn't you have walked in 5 minutes earlier? Because I challenge any conservative that goes, how do I explain this to my kids about LGBT stuff, to explain God to a secular kid, because I will take explaining drag queens to your kid any day.